What is going on, movie fans, and welcome back to my channel. Elliot back with a brand new out-of-theater reaction to seeing The Exorcist Believer. That's right, the sequel to the 1973 film that a lot of people deem as the scariest and greatest horror film of all time. Now, I personally don't believe that, but hey, I respect what the film means to the genre. So going to this one, we're going to get into my thoughts. But before we get into it, let me know in the comments if you're a fan of the original. Were you looking forward to this new one? Are you looking forward to two more of these, apparently? They're going to do a trilogy. We'll see about that, but let me know your thoughts in the comment section. So let me back up a little bit. So I just revisited The Exorcist the other night before going into this because I don't rewatch The Exorcist a lot. Nothing against the film. I just don't deem it as the scariest film of all time or the best horror film of all time, but neither here nor there. Going into this one, David Gordon Green, I was a fan of his at one point, right? Like, I like a lot of the comedy stuff he did. I like the 2018 Halloween, elements of Halloween Kills that I enjoy. I despise Halloween Ends, so when I heard that he was doing this, another classic horror film, I wasn't looking forward to it. Always put personal stuff aside and go into every film with the greatest hopes that this is going to be an enjoyable film. Let me start off with the positive. So I will say performance-wise, Leslie Odom Jr.'s character, I really think that he believed, pun intended, that he was giving his best, doing what he was able to do as this father with this kind of really interesting backstory with him and his wife and his daughter, who obviously, if you've seen the trailer, he's trying to save her soul. I like his performance. And Dow, been a fan of hers for a while. I like what she's doing, and I will say, and this kind of connects to her character, the film is trying to do something interesting in what it's trying to say about religion and the different beliefs of religion and how much your belief in your religion can help you get out of dark situations. As we know, this is all about possession and exorcism, stuff like that. So there's some interesting ideas. There are some moments of like, oh, that was slightly creative. But outside of that, guys, I'm just going to be right up front with you. This was a mess of a film. I am able to pass poor story, maybe some not the best directing choices, creative choices, narratively. But I don't forgive a film that I just flat out deem to be boring. And this is that. This is a very boring, some would say soulless film. Like, this film is focused so heavily on religion. I feel like I learned more about these different characters' religious beliefs than I did of the actual characters' motivations, what they fight for, what they stand for, so on and so forth. I think David Gordon Green is someone that has a lot of talent, but I think his talents needs to go elsewhere, and I'm referring to outside of not just the horror genre, but do something new, do something unique to yourself. Stop attaching yourself to these franchises that you're trying to recreate certain iconic moments or have people from the past joining the new story. Just do your own thing, David, because I found this film to be trying to be something that it wasn't. I don't think he's the right director to bring something to the forefront of this type of sensibilities and stories and foundational stuff within the religious base. Yeah, I'm not a fan. I wouldn't recommend this. I know it's going to be available, if I'm not mistaken. Correct me in the comments. I believe it's going to be on Paramount Plus, which I think would probably be the best way to see it other than spending your own hard-earned money. I'm not one to tell people how to spend their money, but I think it's best served at home. Wasn't a fan. I don't plan on seeing any of the follow-ups, to be honest. I know they already lined up the sequel to come out in 2 years. I won't be seeing it. Will you? Let me know. I'm going to do a full review after this, but I wasn't a fan. I don't recommend it. It's a mess. David Gordon Green isn't the right director for something like this. The story is just dull, is soulless. Jump scares were just felt like corporate mandate jump scares. Not a good movie, y'all, but I'm going to shoot my full review after this. But let me know in the comments, will you be seeing The Exorcist Believer? If you are you going to see it in theaters, which I don't recommend? Or will you see it at home? Or will you just miss on it in general? Let me know in the comments section. Thank you all for watching today's reaction. Consider subscribing, checking out my other content, and keep an eye out for my full review coming pretty soon.